XDefiant is filled with all manners of different modes, characters, gear, and mechanics. To help shed some light on each of those, we're here to share some tips and tricks for those new or returning to XDefiant. Ammo is pretty important when you're constantly finding yourself in the middle of a firefight. Even if you're playing carefully, it's possible you might find your ammo reserves looking rather low after a while. On Escort, this can especially be the case as you look to pierce the defenses of the defending team and advance the objective forward. But did you know that Carlos, your friendly neighborhood robo-dog, and objective can reload your weapons? You see, playing the objective allows you to not only win, but also means that you can keep your ammo reserves topped off as often as possible. Be careful though, as this works both ways. Defending teams in possession of Carlos can also use them to stock up and halt your advance. There's a lot to keep track of during a game, and the Spider Bot is frustration that's topped many a player's list. This ability from DedSec launches a robot that latches onto the first foe it finds and stuns them long enough for their owner to follow up and put you down. While the ideal way to deal with them would be to spot them in advance and destroy them, did you know that you can melee them off as they jump onto you? Even seasoned XDefiant players would be forgiven for not knowing this one, as it's not the first reaction you might have upon encountering one. By mastering this technique, you can ensure you save ammo and stay intact to counter the enemy offensive. Before you hop into the game, we'd recommend taking a look at your settings. There are a lot of customization options available to you in there, but one thing we'd recommend in particular is looking over your key bindings. While you can slide, use devices, and crouch using the keyboard, we found it incredibly useful to rebind these keys to our mice. Repositioning those actions onto your mouse can make those actions much more accessible, while your keyboard fingers can remain on your movement keys. You've certainly heard the phrase "dress for the occasion," right? Well, custom loadouts are a way to create an outfit for every occasion. If you favor a particular faction, it will benefit you to take some time to play with your weapon loadouts. Tweaking your weapon stats can turn your Echelon Operator into a fast, rapid-fire flanker, or your Phantom into an unflinching ammo-dumping machine. It might also be helpful to create loadouts for certain game modes as well. Creating a sniper build might prove useful for holding off the enemy advance on the open sight lines of an escort map, while a rapid-fire SMG could serve you well during a faster-paced game of Occupy. As you run around the maps of XDefiant for the first time, you might notice yellow tarps over the sides of various walls and objects. They aren't just there for show and are meant to help you navigate the map. These yellow tarps mean that the object or ledge in front of you can be mantled over or climbed. Keeping your eyes out for them will allow you to reposition yourself to find new angles or different ways onto the objective that your foes might not be expecting. That's all the tips we have to share today. So did you find these helpful, or do you have some tips and tricks of your own you'd like to share? Put them in the comments below for others, and maybe you might see your tip or trick in a future video. Good luck out there, and we'll see you in game.